Hello everybody and welcome back to another weekly recap. In the weekly recap, I'd like to go over any news related to the old school RuneScape community this week. Now, as many of you know, yesterday we did get the brand new content update Below Ice Mountain. And if you haven't already seen that, I did test out most of the new content yesterday. So today we are going to be touching on Below Ice Mountain, mainly because there are a few changes that just got hotfixed this morning. I'll be going over the rest of the patch, the weekly Q&A that is going to air in about an hour, as well as anything else interesting in the old school RuneScape community this week. Anyway guys, hope you enjoy, and let's get started. Well, I guess we better start off with the hotfix that just happened a couple hours ago. Now this is making a few changes to the new Below Ice Mountain content, and to be honest, it is not the change that I expected. Now essentially, the hotfix this morning is just a major nerf to the new Baronite mining method. Now I'm not really sure if my expectations of free-to-play content is just too high. Like, I'm actually being honest here, was Baronite mining too overtuned compared to everything else? I think compared to all of the other content in Below Ice Mountain, it was definitely much stronger, so I guess that is part of the reason I think they felt the need to nerf it, because it is definitely not just a minor nerf, so let's go over it. So the first major change that they are making is the chance of getting Baronite deposits when you are mining is actually going to be increased from a 3% chance to a 24% chance. So essentially, the chance of getting a Baronite deposit is now 8 times more likely. However, to combat this, the unique items are now going to be 8 times more rare, with the Broken Hammer being 3 times rarer. Now, it is unclear to me whether the Broken Hammer is 24 times more rare, or actually just 3 times rarer, and now the chance of getting a Broken Hammer is actually much higher. Now, the mining experience you're going to receive from actually getting a deposit is now going to be decreased from 250 to 28. So a significant decrease there. The smithing experience you get from the deposits is also going to be decreased from 37 to 10. However, it actually looks like you may actually get more smithing experience per hour with the update. The mining experience you get from the shards will decrease from 25 to 12. And now the passive buff that you can unlock with Baronite will now give you an extra 5% chance of mining rather than just additional deposits. So I went ahead and tested this a little bit after the nerf, and the experience rates are quite a bit less. So it does seem like mainly they wanted to hit the mining experience you were getting, as well as how AFK it could be. With the new changes, it takes around 10 minutes to get a full inventory of Baronite deposits, at which point you need to go ahead and smith them. Also, while it was not mentioned here, I'm pretty sure the amount of Baronite you get from turning into deposits has been decreased a bit as well, obviously to compensate for them being essentially 8 times more likely. So anyway, that is it for the hotfix. No other changes were made today, although they will be continuously monitoring it and potentially make additional changes in the future. So that is it for the Below Ice Mountain changes. However, in yesterday's patch, there was actually a lot of changes to Temporos. Now first up here, a few items have been banished from the Temporos lobby area. That would be the Dwarf Multi-Cannon, Mithril Seeds, Hunting Boxes, and anything else that requires setting up. This is kind of to prevent people from attempting to troll players trying to enter the boat, or just the overall world stability. You also can no longer light fires. Boohoo. As of yesterday, you're actually now able to gain fishing experience on World 45. So the dozen players on that world will be able to play Temporos. One bug that they are fixing today is you're no longer able to stall and then run through fires, something I definitely noticed myself doing. That is no longer available. Now the actual only experience change they made was to fixing totems and dousing fires, which you're now going to get double the regular experience, increasing from 20 to 40. Also today, the tackle box has been expanded to include a lot more of the niche items, for example the Pearl Barbarian Rod, the Tiny Net, Mulch Pearls, the Merfolk Trident, Dark Flippers, and the other variants of the Trailblazer items. Now unfortunately, as of today, stackable fish will no longer be able to be stored in the fish barrel. Now beyond Temporos, there are a few other changes to other parts of RuneScape. First up here, we have a change to the seed box. Now as of yesterday, now if you are below level 20 wilderness and you die in a PVM scenario, the entire seed box will just go to your gravestone. However, if you are above level 20 wilderness, the container is actually going to be destroyed, but the contents is going to be preserved until you acquire another container. So if you're in level 40 wilderness, you die with the seed box to a dragon or something for some reason. If I'm understanding this correctly, you will lose the seed box. However, if you go get another one, your seeds will still be in it. Still not really sure why you'd have the seed box in the wilderness. The way it works is a bit different now. So down here at the end of the blog, there's actually a few kind of major changes that are stuck here at the end. The biggest one is actually a change for Ironman. Going forward, certain Slayer monsters' loot and experience will be discredited if a player hits a 0. This is going to discourage players from using alternate accounts to try and speed up the efficiency of Ironman Slayer tasks. This may also prevent very niche certain Ironman builds, but of course everything comes at a cost. Now within the same realm, another pretty big change actually to the Nightmare. Now the Nightmare drop calculations will also factor in the total contribution that is present when the boss dies. This is also to help prevent boosting of drops. Another interesting change is you're now actually able to search the collection log for boss categories, where previously that wasn't available. And of course, as always, there are many minor tweaks and quality of life changes, but that is pretty much it for content update this week. Now, unfortunately, it looks like as of 3 minutes ago, they have canceled the weekly Q&As, so that kind of threw a wrench in my video, but well, I guess I released it if you're listening to me right now. It looks like we're going to be back next week with actually 2 live streams, and it looks like also tomorrow we're going to get more information on clans, which I am excited to read. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Now, before I go here, I'm going to give a massive thank you to all of my members over on YouTube. A huge thank you to Brian Robinson, Cappy, Sage's Rain, Colin Corley, Timothy Chen, Guy Fox, Valhalla Lad, Ocelot, and Kush Patel for all subscribing at the Dragon tier. Thank you guys so much as always. And also a huge thank you to Branton Griffin, All Things Gaming, Birdbot, and Base Titch for being subscribed at the Runite tier. As always, if you guys are looking for another way to support the channel, becoming a YouTube member is an awesome way to do so. You can become immortalized in all of my future videos, get access to my video release schedule, and of course get a custom role in my Discord server. Thanks again guys, and I'll see you next time.